Hello there. In today's video, we're going to be installing the latest Git version of cosmic-git, and we're going to be seeing if anything that I've had in the last video has been fixed. We're going to be testing Guild Wars 2 because that's one of the major games that doesn't work right now. And to do this, we're going to be going to Ryan, Cosmic, COPR, which is right here. Now this installation is pretty quick. It says it failed 15 hours ago for some reason, but we're still able to install it. It's not going to be that much of an issue, which means there was some issues with compiling a certain component, and that is completely fine and honestly kind of normal at this point with a work in progress step environment that is at beta level. My bad, alpha, pre-alpha level in its stability. So I'm going to do sudo, and then what we're going to do, let me zoom in real quick, is I'm going to just paste this in. It's going to install the desktop environment for Ryan. Just like that. And as you can see, there's already some conflicts and stuff, so we're going to do... Glorious Egg Wolf would yell at me right now for doing this, but we're going to do some allow erasing. Because the stuff that we're erasing is getting replaced by other stuff. But it's just a little more updated, which actually might help the stability of Fedora 42 a bit, since it's an absolute disaster of a distro at the moment. So why is it giving us KF6 stuff? And oh, there's Cosmic Randar. Yeah, I'm surprised they couldn't come up with a better name than Cosmic Randar. Okay, while things are installing, I'll take a look at this. Okay, so we're back in, and if you don't know what a Git release is of a desktop environment, it's one that's constantly updated. It's like the rolling release of the desktop environment known as Cosmic. So you get all the fixes and everything in between. So it ends up being a little bit better in terms of fixes and stuff, but it also can cause its own bugs and other issues, which can, of course, be a problem. Good, the videos for this weekend are done, and this is a lie. We have Guild Wars 2 installed. Don't you fib on us. Oh, there's a disk read error. That explains why. Alright, so instead I'm going to be setting up Guild Wars 2 in here. Okay, Guild Wars 2, and we're going to, of course, be using wine, and all we have to do is select the executable from within this folder, which should be common, and Guild Wars 2, there's the executable, and finish. So that should pop up here any second now. It's doing its little refresh thing here in the corner, making sure everything is in place, which I appreciate a lot, because other applications don't really do that very well. Okay, now booting up. It's got to do UMU launcher. And am I going to have to log in? I will. Okay, so we're logged in. Now what normally happens when we open up this game is the minute we hit play, it basically has a seizure on us. Well, look at that. It's somewhat fixed. That's brilliant. But unfortunately, it's only somewhat fixed. Yeah. So this is the game window. Okay, let's close that out. Hit play. Let's close it down and see what happens when we try this again. So we're going to open it. Log in. Now, please, if this gives you a seizure, look away. I am a trained professional. Oh, semi-trained professional. Yeah, no. So it's only semi-fixed, which is actually a huge step forward. I do appreciate that they're trying to get that done. in here somewhere. I know desktop workspaces. No. Desktop Windows management. Maybe? No, it's not there either. I thought it was somewhere. Isn't it appearance? Nope. Somewhere in here. Okay. Applications probably. Yes, right here. So, optimize for gaming and maximum compatibility. Let's optimize for gaming. Let's see if that changes anything. Because again, this is more progress than it's had for ages. In pre-alpha, this was not an issue. So they broke games later on and did not bother to fix it. We try to... Okay. Yeah, we just had our entire system freeze. There we go. Thankfully, I know how to kill it. Let's try optimize for applications. And instead, let's try to bypass this because it'll be pretty easy to do so if we need to. But you shouldn't have to do it. That's the problem. Let's just do that. See what happens now. Log in. Play. It's trying so hard to find the right resolution. It eventually goes into full screen. And then freezes. Now I got to tab into everything else. And close it out. So, yeah. Okay. Display 1. Let's maximize compatibility again. Because there's got to be a way to fix this. Yeah, who would have known that this is supposed to go into beta 1 soon? I can't tell, honestly, and I'm not trying to be biased or anything. It's just that you have a long history with something and they just keep failing you. It's hard to keep any confidence or hope. Okay. Okay. But we're not getting any GPU acceleration. Yeah. Alright, that's definitely weird and interesting at the same time. Use the dedicated graphics card. Let's try that. And let's also try... That's already enabled. That's enabled. Alright. Let's try that again. That was kind of interesting. It was interesting that it worked. That's the interesting part. Now, we're also going to try to see if it works with Wayland. $84 FPS. Not bad. We're not getting the performance we should be getting. Not by any means, but it should still be playable now, at least a little bit. Yeah, now we're getting performance, good, and 142, which is normal. Textures are on high, but they don't look like it because we're up high. Oh. Yeah, because there's no explicit sync built into this, I'm going to have to capture a game window instead. There you go. Smooth. That's better. Okay, so this is running off of our NVIDIA GPU, and our mouse is not being captured now. Okay, did that do it? Are we now captured? Yes. Actually, this is being captured on our AMD GPU. I forgot. NVK was the other guy. I want to open this. I do not know how to deal with this. How to gather central Tyria stuff. So as you see, it can be fixed, but you're going to have to do a lot to get it working. So I'm glad that that works, but that seems like a hacky fix and a workaround, which is unfortunate. It doesn't handle things like other, what do you call them, desktop environments tends to do. Let's go to one of the hardest hitting areas in the game, which is the Wizard's Tower, by the way. Undisputed worst performance in the entire game. Load. Yeah. Cosmic has some pretty bad performance when it comes to gaming. And here's why. On CachyOS, on Nobara Arch Linux, we would have, well, on Gnome and KDE on the same install of Fedora 42. This is really loud for me. We would have about 80 to 100 FPS with shadows off. So that's kind of sketchy. Yeah. What do we just do high? Will that help? And the worst part is the FPS is not changing. Now we do this. It still doesn't even reach the other desktop environments in performance and speed. On Hyperland, we have 110 FPS here. So there are some differences depending on games. If we look this way, 136. So there's the clear difference. There's a lot of geometry in here, but I don't know. It just does not seem like Cosmic is able to give the graphics card what it needs to render it all. It's a real shame, honestly. Alright, so that's one thing that can be improved with a hack, not an actual fix, and let's go over what fixed it. Maximum compatibility and set preferred display. So let me just turn that black screen off, and there it is. Great. So there you go. Maximum compatibility display 1. Oh, my good golly. My good golly Molly. Oh, is it my good golly Miss Molly? It should be Miss Molly. I think I messed that up. I apologize. Proton underscore enable underscore Wayland 1. All right, let's try out the Wayland compositor, because it should be able to bypass all of the shenanigans to make this work. Hopefully. That's the key here, hopefully. And I need to make sure that I actually did end up getting that correct. I think that's only with the CachyOS wine that it does that. So let's try that again. See if we can get that working. Now, there's another issue with wine applications as well, and with DaVinci's Resolve that I want to test here real quick. Yeah, let's open up Desktop. Where are you? Good, 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 good. And I need to go in here. Let's head into here. Good. That's definitely not it. Nope, not there. Okay, so let's go check the site to see what we need to do. CachyOS Proton. In case you didn't know, there's a GitHub repository for that where you can go check things out. Let's go back a few releases. This one right here should have all the information we need. Okay. Enable Wayland equals 1. We did that. And it does not want to work at all. So what? We're not able to game in Wayland on this? Check the logs. The game has launched. Interesting. Let's try. Well, there's nothing really we could do. It just won't launch anything related to Wayland. Proton enable Wayland. What? That's not a 1. Thank you. That explains what's going on. All right, launching now. Anything? Really? You're just not going to let us launch using Wayland at all. So hateful, so mean. Why? Why must you be like this? Okay. Let's try with this. Anything? Usually launching is almost instant. Failed to create. Okay. It's using radv. There's NVK. Maybe it has to do with this. Because if we have to, we can do this in Lutris. Yeah, it started up in Wayland, but still runs like crap, so... Okay, I'm going to close that out. We're going to start up Lutris instead. Lutris has the magic ability to let us select graphics cards. Okay, and I'm going to add a manual install game. We're going to type Guild Wars. The next couple of videos are probably going to get me in trouble, by the way, because I was born trouble, so I like being trouble as well. Oh man, that's Scar. I don't know. Let's see. Do this. And then go down here. Proton underscore enable underscore Wayland. 1. Save. Play. Oh, wait, whoa, stop. Go back to configure. Now we play. I'm going to make sure it was on my AMD GPU. Come on. It just is Cosmic just not able to do what it needs to do to make this happen? Alright, so we're going to stop that then, and instead, the next little thing that we're going to do, since that does not want to work, is we're just going to hit play. Yeah, we're going to just hit play without it and see what happens. So here's something interesting. This window, the maximum compatibility window, is definitely a problem. At full screen, it's laggy as possibly can be. So let's try this instead, because it was using our AMD GPU. So maximum compatibility is the only one that actually works. And if we put up, this is bad. This is really, really, really bad. Yeah, I could not recommend this at all to anyone in its current state. It is not beta ready. It is not alpha ready. This is what pre-alpha should have been. So instead, I'm going to open up DaVinci's Resolve. We installed it, and we did make it do its thing, right? Right, the dual GPU issue. DaVinci Resolve 20 Studio. Linux native, and we're going to go here. Opt. Resolve. Bin. Resolve. We're going to hit save. We're going to set this to this. Hit save and play. There we go. Yeah, there's a bug with AMD right now, so I need to stop that. Stop. Thank you. Play. We're going to have to start up a new project to get this to load. Yeah, see? You're supposed to maximize the window. DaVinci Resolve has like a thing set where it has to automatically maximize the window. So that's kind of annoying, especially considering it's a full native Linux version as well. Oh, man. Now we're gonna have to. Okay, there we go. There. So what I had to do was press down the Windows key, and then I had to drag it to where I want it to be. And then I had to hold the Shift key down with the Windows key and use the right click to be able to resize the window. All right, well, that tells me everything I need to know about Cosmic currently in its state. While it is making progress and fixing some issues, it still has a long way to go, and it still clearly lacks explicit sync, which is kind of disappointing. But hopefully that will come soon, because explicit sync comes with a couple of performance advantages, and that'd be nice. Their X11 implementation for gaming is a disaster. Wayland does not work at all when it comes to gaming. It is very unfortunate, and I hope to God... Does it show my mouse glitching out? Look at that. Look at that bug right there. I hope to God they manage to fix it one way or another before they release for beta, because a beta state is a lot more stable than an alpha state, and right now it's not even at alpha level of stability, and it should be alpha 8. Honestly, let's be clear about this. I hope for better things when I retest it next. I hope that everything is fixed and working better. I'll see you guys in that video.